Hi there, Wildcats. Welcome to your geometry class. On this video, you will be learning about congruence in right triangle and congruence in overlapping triangle. Right. So we'll be discussing about, again, theorems that involves right triangle. The first theorem is theorem 4-8, which is hypotenuse leg, HL theorem. Your theorem states that if the hypotenuse and one leg of the right triangle are congruent to the hypotenuse and a leg of another right triangle, then the triangles are congruent. So this theorem is related with your SAS theorem because there's two sides involved and we have one angle, which is the 90 degree. It's automatically the right angle there. So let's apply theorem 4-8 in this problem. Ashton is washing the window using a 10-foot. Okay, so 10-foot ladder. This is 10-foot ladder. For the first window, the ladder reaches the window when he places the base of the ladder at the rose bush. How can he determine where to place the ladder to be sure it reaches the last window? That's interesting, and they form a 90-degree angle here. All right, if both pair, so let's see if we can solve that. So the ground, the ladder, and the side of the house form a right angle, which is, let's say, I'll just redraw this one. This is the wall, this is the ladder, and this is the ground. Okay, and they form a 90-degree angle. So let's say this is R, this is the rose, and let's say RAH. So just naming it. So triangle RAH is the one that is formed in this one. So I'll just name that way. So when Ashton moved the ladder, there will be another right triangle. So let's say he moves it, and let's just put this one as BK, and they form a 90-degree angle. All right, so Ashton wants to have AH is equal to BK. So he wants that AH is equal to BK. Sorry about that. Right, so if the two triangles are congruent, then he knows that AH is congruent to BK by CP. Okay, so if this is 10 feet, and this is also 10 feet, of course, the ladder is also 10 feet, and this is 90-degree angle. Okay, we only need one more side, okay, to be congruent, so we can use your HL theorem. To make sure that the right triangle are congruent, Ashton can place the base of the ladder so that, okay, your RH is congruent to SK. If RH is congruent to SK, then the triangle is also congruent by HL theorem. Okay, thus by placing the base of the ladder the same distance away from the house as the rose bush, the ladder will reach the last window. Okay, so it's basically the same triangle here. Okay, so if you are going to analyze, because this one is congruent already, okay, if one more side is congruent, let's say if RH is congruent to SK, then you can use hypotenuse leg. And also if AH is congruent to BK, then you can also use hypotenuse leg as a justification on this one. Okay, that's how your hypotenuse leg looks like. So you need two side, and the angle is already given, which is the right angle here. So the another side, which is your hypotenuse. So you only need one more side to make these two triangles to be congruent. Now let's see, take a look at this one. So what is the value of W and X? to make this two triangle to be congruent. So first is you have to analyze the given triangle, and you have to make sure that you know the corresponding part. So let's see, the your angle E here is angle E corresponds to J, which is your E is opposite to 4x. So you take a look at the opposite. Therefore, so this two must be congruent. So you have 4x. Okay, 4x is equal to 40. So divide this one by 4. Therefore, x is equal to 10. So your x here will be 10. Now, let's take a look at W. So if this is, take a look at the corresponding parts of W. W corresponds to 36. Therefore, W must be 36. So that's how you look at the congruency. So congruent to make these two triangle to be congruent by HL theorem. So okay, by HL theorem, you need to have the value of x must be 10 and the value of W must be 36. All right. Next here is that calculate the value of x in the following congruent triangle. Again, take a look at this one. It's opposite, so this is your hypotenuse. It's opposite, it's your hypotenuse. So because of this line here, this two line here, that means it's symbolizes congruency. Therefore, the measurements are equal. So I can put there 2x plus 2 is equal to 5x minus 19. So from there, you know, you can compute them. So I'm going to subtract 5x both sides, subtract 5x, and then I'm going to subtract 2 also, so that you're isolating your variable. Okay, so of course this will be cancelled, this will be cancelled also. So you only have 2 minus 5, that's 3x, which is negative, is equal now to, no, that's too big, sorry, is equal to 19 negative 21. And then you divide this one by negative 3, negative 3. Therefore, the value of x is equal to 7. So it's positive 7. So we have already answered what's the value of x. So you go to the question. So it says there, what's the value of x to in the following congruent triangle? So the value of x must be 7, right? Next example. So if A is equal to C and it's equal to 90 degrees, okay. So if A is a right triangle, if that's the and this is also right triangle. So you see, this is now the part wherein there is an overlapping triangle. So we are looking at the congruence of overlapping triangle. And AB, okay, AB is congruent to B is equal to BC. So AB is equal to BC. All right, let's see that. Find the value of x and y that will make the two triangle ABD and DBC congruent. Let's see. There, so AB is equal to DC, so change that. And then we have, of course, this will be congruent. And based on the symbol, AD is also congruent to BC. Okay, so we have to find the values of x and y by setting an equation. So first is your y, which is AB, segment AB, or side AB is equal to side BC. That will give us 4y plus 25 is equal to DC, which is 7y minus 5. So I'm going to subtract 7y both sides. Change colors, 7y both sides minus 7y. And then minus 25 both sides, minus 25. Of course, this will be cancelled and this will be cancelled also. So what I have now, it's 4 minus 7, that's 3y, is equal now to 30, negative 30. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3. So that's negative 3. This will be cancelled. So y is equal to 10. So we have the value of y, which is 10. So y is equal to 10. And then for x, that's AD, is equal to segment BC. So AD is 6x minus 7 is equal to 4x plus 2. So I'm going to subtract 4x both sides. And then I'm going to add 7 both sides. Of course, this will be cancelled. This will be cancelled. So you have 6 minus 4, that's 2x, is equal to 9. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2. Therefore, your x is equal to 4.5. So those are the values of x and the values of y in this overlapping triangle. All right, so let's take a look at the next example that we have. Let's see here. Here, figure ABCD is a rectangle. Figure ABCD is a rectangle with diagonals AC, and diagonal BD. Why is it important to identify the corresponding parts of overlapping triangle? So it is important. It's because you can determine if these corresponding parts are congruent. Okay, so we consider that triangle ABC and triangle DCB, triangle ABC and triangle DCB. Okay, identify the corresponding sides and angles in the two right triangle by first determine the congruent parts. Okay, so if I'm going to redraw that, so this one AB, so I'll just put there AB, and then AD, that's AD, and then BD. So this is 1, and then something else, not yet there. And then we also have triangle DCB. DCB is, this is, let's say B, this is A, this is D. And then we also have, wait, I'll just change that. We do ABC. Yeah, we do this one, ABC. Sorry about that, guys. So triangle ABC, that one, and then right triangle, and then we also have DCB, okay, which is right angle here, and then this is 90, this is D, this is C, and this is B. Right, so that is how it looks like when you separate them. So the corresponding angles are, okay, so I'll just write here, corresponding, as corresponding angles are, 1, we have angle ACB and angle DBC. So ACB, so ACB and DBC. It's this angle here. Another one, it's angle CBA, and of course angle BCD. So CBA and then BCD. It's the 90-degree angle. Another one will be BAC and CDB. So BAC, that's BAC, it's this angle, and CDB, it's this angle. Now the corresponding sides are, we do have side AB, this side here. So side AB is congruent, or not congruent, the side AB and DC, side DC. Also the opposite of the which will be your hypotenuse, that is AC, and DB. Okay, and the last one will be DC, BC, and BC. So segment BC from BC and CB. There. So those are the important things. So once you identify the corresponding angles and side, you can determine if the triangles are congruent. So it's very important that you need to know your the corresponding parts of the overlapping triangle. It's because that way you can determine, hey, is the two triangles congruent or not? Okay, so you will be basing your answer if two triangles are congruent based on the corresponding parts, the corresponding angles, the corresponding sides. Okay, next one. So for example 1 and number 2, use the congruent triangle at the right here. So name the 3 pairs of corresponding sides. So 3 pairs of corresponding sides. So we have, as you can see here, so we are basing the angle and the congruency there. So segment JK and segment RS. Also, we have segment JL and segment RT, and also we have segment KL and segment or side ST. Okay, so those are the corresponding sides. Okay, name the 3 pairs of corresponding angles. So we have angle K and angle S are corresponding. Another one is angle J corresponds to angle R, and we also have angle L and angle T. Okay, next is we have to sketch the overlapping triangles separately. Mark all congruent angles and sides. So we just have to resketch this one. Okay, so we have this. Okay, that's M, N, and then we have P here, and then I'll just do this one. So MP, so this is congruent, and then this one is also congruent to what? So we have O, P, and we also have that here, and this is N. So take a look at N is congruent to P, and O is congruent to M. So angle M is congruent to angle O, and angle P is congruent to angle N on this relation. Next is we also have this one. So A, B, so I'll just draw A. That's how you draw and separate it. A, B, and then I have C, and then connect A and C. So A is congruent here, and then C is double line here. And also if I'm going to redraw, so I have here D, and then B, this is E, and that way you can do that. So E, angle E is corresponds to C, D corresponds to A. Okay, so you have BC, no. Okay, so those are the 2 congruent side there. Next one is we have this. We have WX here, so we'll just put it here. So W and then X, and 90-degree here for this one, and that one, and then I'll just connect this one, that will make it Z. Okay, the next one here is, this is WX, the same, and then we have this is congruent and this is Y, and also this is a 90-degree angle. So W corresponds to X, and then we have WZ corresponds to XY. There. So that's how you separate your triangle. Next one. The last example that we have is figure ABC is a parallelogram, and with diagonals AC and BD. List the corresponding angles of triangle. Okay, I'll just use blue color. Triangle ABE. So this triangle, it talks about this triangle. And sorry about that. And then we also have triangle CDE. So what are the corresponding angles? So we're looking at the corresponding angles here. Right. So the corresponding angles are this angle here corresponds to D. Okay, so I can put there angle ABE and angle CDE. Also, we also have corresponding angles here, which is B angle BAE and angle DCE. What else? This one. This angle here and this angle here. So we have angle BEA is corresponds to angle B corresponds to D, so DEC. So these are the corresponding angles on this figure. So it's pretty easy as long as you know how to separate those overlapping triangles, and as long as make sure that you know how to analyze the triangles, and it's very important to know the corresponding parts of those triangles, right, that you are working on. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.